Mm, mm, mm. All right. All right. There we go. All right. So, mm, this is what I'm. Oh, man. This is what I'm going to be talking about. Yeah. I have seen enough. I have heard enough. These people out here portraying the Moor to be Moors, right? What's the difference between a Moor and Moorish Americans, yo? I'm trying to fix this to make this right and exact. So this, let me move this over. Yeah, that's what it is. All right. So we've got people out here, right? And they're calling themselves Moors, right? And they are Moors, right? The word Moor in its most basic sense humanity. Okay? The word Moor speaks to primordial existence. All right? Love. Moor means love. Love is the cause of it all, etc. All right? So we have the Moors. Now, the word Moor does not mean Muslim. The word Moor means what Muslim means in Arabic and what that word also means in any other language. All right? The word Moor means love in the flesh. Okay? This is what it means, okay? Who are the Moorish Americans? The Moorish Americans are not these clowns who are running around out here acting like they're better than anybody, right? The Moorish Americans are American citizens who just so happen to be Muslim and follow Islamic law. That's it. That's it. There's no difference between a Muslim American and an Italian American, other than the fact that one deals with Islamic trust law and the other deals with Christian trust law. Okay? That's it. You got these people out here running around here being Indians. Well, Indians are love in the flesh. Okay? All of humanity. Right? But an American Indian is not a Moorish American. Why? Because an American Indian does not follow Islam. The United States of America is derived from Muslim law. I realize that that is an unpopular opinion, but truth is truth and fact is fact. And the facts of the matter is that America is under peaceful regulation, and Islam means peace. A Muslim, Moor, is a peaceful citizen. Do you have Christian Moors? Absolutely. Do you have Christian Mexicans? Absolutely. Do you have, do you have Hebrew Moors? Absolutely. Right? But the Moorish Americans, we are Muslims, yo. You see it? Do you know what this is? No, this is not a KFC bucket hat. For all you ha-has out there, right? For the clowns, right? This is synonymous with the crown. This is the prince. This is the crown of the prince, the crown of the heir, H-E-I-R. And it is Muslim. It is Muslim. Do only Muslims wear the fez? No. Christians wear the fez. The Hebrews wear the fez. All right. If you study history, you'll see that under the Islamic Empire, we all wore the fez. All right. What am I really getting at, though? Right. The CMB Moors. These Moors are not Moorish Americans. CMB Clock of Destiny Moors do not follow Drew Ali. They do not follow Drew Ali. They don't. They speak Drew Ali. They don't follow Drew Ali. How do we know? Moorish Americans are white because they're Muslim. They have the white status. All of your CMB Moors are identified as these do not have white status. Why does it look like it's kind of out of focus? There we go. These brothers and sisters do not claim on any level, excuse me, they do not claim on any level to have white status. These are perpetrators. These Moorish Americans aren't even these Native American people. Okay? They don't follow the national standards and character of a Moorish American. For those of you who are not familiar, Moorish Americans are citizens of the United States. They are the state citizens, right? These people identified under this moniker do not claim citizenship. They don't claim state citizenship. They are regulated under the feds the same way anyone claiming to be this is regulated under the 14th Amendment. All right? Both of these are wards of the state, meaning that they do not have the high status to be recognized as a free citizen. Your CMB Moors, Taj Tariq Bey, Ras Mariah Bey, Cujo Adwell, Amazite Ramundus Bey, Light Tajiri Bey, Sharon Tracy Gale Bey, and anyone who falls under those titles, these CMB Moors, they're not Drew Ali's Moors. And let's not get it twisted, because the Moorish Americans that are in the Moor Science Temple of America, they're not following Drew Ali's traditions either. They're claiming to be, but they're not being. The difference that I've recognized is that though these brothers and sisters are not Drew Ali's Moors, they are politically active. Okay? The Moors who are in the temple, who are supposed to be learning nationality, they are not politically active. They're not. There's no political movement. We're supposed to be politically charged over here. We're dealing with civics. So these people are telling you that you're not American citizens, that you don't belong to the state. They're telling you that you belong somewhere in Morocco or whatever. And these Moors are supposed to be teaching you how to be politically active. They're not teaching you how to be politically active. So both of these Moors have the appearance. They have the appearance of being Moorish American. But neither one of them are in the proper capacity. Now, mind you, there's nothing wrong with the temple, but there's everything wrong with the people in the temple not leading the people according to Drew Ali's traditions. Right? This is important to know. You have to know this, okay? Moorish American national citizens of the United States are we the people, just as every other national citizen identifies themselves as we the people, okay? We are not some off-brand group of people trying to be citizens. We are citizens. We are free and equal citizens. You know what? Don't take it from me. Let's listen to what Drew Ali has to say. You know, I get really tired of being on social media and seeing all of these frauds out here telling you how to be a Moorish American, and they're not doing anything they're supposed to. They may be teaching law, they may be teaching some type of astrological science, right? But they're not teaching civics at all. They're not out there in the world being politically active. They're just in your face. They're in your tube telling you this and telling you that. Islam. Absolutely, brother Boaz. Absolutely. So, what does Noble Drew Ali tell us about his Moors? And before I go any further, why do I keep mentioning Drew Ali? All right, let it be known. Let it be known. This is why Drew Ali revealed the Moorish identity to the lost found national citizens. If you're out here talking about you're a Moor, if you're out here talking about you're an indigenous American, it's because of this brother right here opening his mouth after taking an oath and swearing to secrecy, getting the truth. He says, screw all them, and he told you the truth. So anyone acting like they're more anything in America, we have to honor Drew Ali because he's the one who made it known whenever to us, because it was known, but everybody was super duper hush, right? And so because he's the revealer of it, that means that the way that he gave us this information, these are the proper instructions, okay? So if you're Moorish American and you don't align with the way Drew Ali taught you to be Moorish American, you're not a real Moor. Listen, Drew Ali says, the Moor Science Temple of America was founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Aside from the fact that it is a legally organized religious corporation, it is building on human needs. To this desirable end, in time, legitimate means will be found to dispense charity and provide for the mutual assistance of its members in times of distress, to aid in the improvement of health, and to encourage the ownership of better homes, to find employment for our members, to teach those fundamental principles which are desired for our civilization, such as obedience to law, respect and loyalty to government, tolerance and unity. It is most earnestly hoped that the Moor Science Temple of America will not in any way be confused with any Back to Africa movement. Such is not important insofar as American citizens of our group are concerned, colonizing Africa are concerned. We of the Moor Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, know that we must live together here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill, whatever our race and creed may be. It is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems at this time, that we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. So what's the difference? The religion. That's it. That's the only difference between Moorish Americans and every other American citizen, is that we are Muslims. That is it. That is it. Let me keep going, though. We believe in and foster the Muslim religion. We believe in the principles of its teachings insofar they can be adopted to American life. We feel that the Christian religion is all right for those who prefer it. In America, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. So he's telling us that we enforce the Constitution and the right to be Muslim. And others enforce the Constitution and have the right to be Christian, Jew, Hindu, Native, etc. Okay? We are interested in freeing ourselves and our children from the greatest plight, economic slavery. So that's all we're here to do. We're here to get out of economic slavery. Economic slavery is 14th Amendment citizenship. That's all Drew Ali is telling you, is to come up out of her. Come up out of the 14th Amendment citizenship and come into national citizenship with the state, to be recognized and to be honored as one of we the people. Because the 14th Amendment citizenship is not a we the people citizenship. It's a foreign citizenship. It's not even real citizenship. All right? We believe this can best be done by encouraging, patronizing, and establishing our own business enterprises and cultivating our own acres of land. So we're supposed to be here doing business. For all of these knucklehead CM Bay Moors who tell you not to do business within or with the United States of America. Again, Noble Drew Ali was showing us how to be businessmen and women in America, in each state, in the nation, within every state and every city. We're supposed to have businesses. Do you see them anywhere? I don't see them anywhere. Just saying. We welcome into our folds men and women of our group of all sections, all trades, that's business, all occupations, that's business, and professions of sound mind and good character, that's business. Your CM Moors are teaching you to not do business. And the temples inside of the Moors, they are teaching you not business. Everything but business. Drew told you that we're, as American citizens, as nationals of the whole government, as citizens of each state, we're supposed to be out here doing business. It says, we are friends and servants of humanity. So again, the CM Moors, they're radical and agitating. And the temple Moors, they don't even come out of the temple and they don't discuss anything with anybody. So again, we have this radical extreme high and this radical extreme low. There is no level. They're not dealing with any, they're cutting it off. I don't care about Dr. Alim. I'm not talking about, he's a CM Moor. Dr. Alim El Bey. El Bey, he has two titles. That is not tradition. That is something totally different. That is not what Noble Drew Ali brought us. That is not what our ancestors brought us. If you want to be an El Bey, a Day Al or whatever, you are not a Moorish American as Drew Ali showed us. In the way that Drew Ali showed us to be Moorish Americans, he's telling us that this is our ancient way today. So if you want to run around here, Alim El Bey. I'm in Hotep El Bey. If you want to be an El Bey, be an El Bey. And you're still a Moor. You're just not Moorish American. You're not a citizen of the U.S. You're not doing it the way your aunts. You're remixing. You're remixing. I don't care for the information that Brother Alim El Bey gives us is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Right? But he's not doing business correct. I can assure you, he probably running around or was, if he's still, I don't know if he's still present in physical form, but I'm sure he had one of them CM Bay IDs. And them CM Bay IDs, those aren't citizenship cards. You want to see a Moorish American nationality card? Drew, I just read. Drew just told us that the only difference between us as Moorish Americans and other citizens is that we're Muslims. So that means that everything else is going to look exactly the motherfucking same. Here's my nationality card. I don't have one of them little whatever cards because Pennsylvania is my temple. My Josh Shapiro's the governor. There's a governor here in Pennsylvania. There's a grand governor, there's a grand sheik, whatever you want to call him. Drew Ali is showing us. We're already here, we're at home, and we're supposed to get back into the constitutional fold. So there should be no difference in appearance other than the fact that I might wear a fez and the Jew may wear a yarmulke. Right? And the Christian, I don't know what Christians really wear over their heads, He's a state national as El Bey. Do you understand that L is like saying president and Bey is like saying president, and so he has the same titles twice? Did you know that? Maybe he doesn't know that. But my point is to show I'm giving you the pure form. I'm giving you the pure, not the diluted form. Absolutely. L is God, president, presiding officer, chief, ruler, principal. Yeah, means the same thing. Anywho, let me not get caught up on what people are saying in the room. And if you want to teach that stuff, you go to your page. Go to your page, all right, and teach whatever it is that you're trying to put in here on my page. You go teach it to your page. You get your followers up, right, and then send out the call that you're going live. Don't come if you continue to put stuff in my page on my live feed. I will cut you. Whatever. Okay, like this person. Oh, you don't want to come up here, CJ Mommy? Or what is that? C3 Mommy? You say Moors are not from America, period? You're out of your mind. But if you don't come up now and defend you and speak on it, I'm just gonna cut you from the whole feed. So I'm gonna turn around, get to this board. When I turn around, I think, and even crazier hat, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we've got weirdos in here. All right, get the weirdos out. Anywho, so again, if this individual does not come up, by the time I turn around, then she gets cut out the room too. All right, you're cut. Where is it at? Because I ain't got time for this. Boom. All right. All right. What was I gonna get at? Yeah, you know what? Let me throw this at you, right? I think okay. So we got people knocking the feds, right? And that's cool. Right? I don't mind that at all, right? I don't care if someone doesn't like my feds, right? Just like if you didn't like the man's yarmulke, that's your business. But let me bring this to your mind, right? The European ruling class, where is the feds? So for anyone talking about, oh, that feds ain't the European. If you're saying that this feds is un-American, then the Europeans who wear the feds are un-American. So your forefathers on the European side who love to wear the fez. They love to wear the fez. You will see them. Oh, I did take that down, huh? Did that fall down? Damn, where did I put that? All right, anyway. The European ruling nations, if you will, they wear this here too. So we can make fun Islam. Brother Dave Assel, Islam. So we can make fun, you can make fun of this all you wish. Just know your ancestors are running around here wearing the Moorish fez because this belongs to the Moors. This is specifically Moroccan. And those Europeans who wear it, they're not Moroccans. Right? Okay, so my reference is to those who speak down to the fez, who say that those who wear fezes are not Americans. This is not to say I am not of the opinion that the Europeans are not American. They are Americans. But this is for those who like to say, oh, well, that fez, you're wearing the fez, and Moors aren't from America. Well, if Moors aren't from America, then anyone who wears the Moors fez is under Moorish law. And these Europeans, Roosevelt, Eisenhower, you see them all wearing it. You see them all wearing it. And so this was me just stating that for those who believe that the fez wearers are not Americans, the North Africans in America, then I'm only stating that that would also have to apply to the Europeans. No, I am not saying that they are not American. I'm saying that we're all American in the end. Islam Mo. What is that? Change that up or you'll get booted, yo. All right. Anywho, I'm doing too much with y'all. Let me just get back to the class, right? All right. Moorish Americans, or more specifically, the American Muslims of darker skin. When we say Moorish, we're talking about the darker skinned Muslims. Okay? Because you have pale skinned Muslims, right? You have dark skinned Turks, you have pale skinned Turks, you have dark skinned Libyans, you have pale skinned Libyans, right? They're all Muslim, right? One family. Skin tone don't mean nothing, right? But when we're speaking about the Moorish Americans, we're speaking about the darker ones who don't know themselves, right? Who are getting to know themselves. So Moorish Americans are equal under the Constitution, which means that they have the same rights and immunities, duties and obligations as any other American citizen. We don't have any no, being a Moor is not a nationality. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Either come on up or I'm going to kick you out the room. I'm trying to respectfully talk with you, so come on up. Being a Moor is a nationality. It is a race of people. I never said that being a Moorish American was being a Moor was a religion. I'm stating that Moorish Americans are Muslims. The Moorish Americans are Muslims. But you have Moors all over the world who can be whatever they desire to be. Come on up or I'm going to kick you out the room, bro. Come on up. Show love the poet. Please bring yourself up to the panel. Because you made a statement like I was wrong. And I know I'm not wrong. All right, well, you're going. All right, look. You're not a Muslim, which means you're not a creditor because Muslim means creditor. I got it. Oh, okay. There it goes. I didn't see it.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to get up here.
Hold
You
on, let me
did
turn this up.
first, and I accidentally had did that. My bad. Islam.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, Islam.
I thought you said you're not a Muslim. What you telling me Islam
Nah,
for?
Islamism is not being a Muslim, my brother. That is
who uses Islam? Is
say
there
it one more
any other
time.
group of people? Is there any other group of people on this planet that says Islam or Islamism and uses
Yes,
the words
yes,
Allah
we do.
and
Yes,
who
we
are
do.
not
The Muslims
Muslim,
do
brother?
not say Islam or Islamism. The Muslims say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
No.
barakatuh.
That
The
brand
Moors
of
say Islam, Islamism, sir.
have you
So
studied
hold on,
Urali?
no, hold on. You asked me to come up,
Have
so
you
we're gonna
studied?
respect each other, right?
Have you studied Urali?
Yes, brother. Now, like Noble Dwali said, Noble Dwali never walked around and said, "Yo, I'm a Muslim. He said he was a Muslim.
No, he never said he was a Muslim. He said he was
Yes,
a
he did so,
Muslim.
bro. Listen, bro.
The word Muslim in
Muslim, brother.
Arabic is not the
Yes, he
same as
is.
Muslim.
Brother, it is not the
You
same.
brothering me to death,
It's
bro.
it's
You're
not. All right, you know
brothering.
what, bro? I'm not gonna argue with
Do
you. Yo.
you
You know
speak
why, bro?
right? We shouldn't
Because
be
you obviously don't know
arguing.
what the fuck you talking about.
All
All
right,
you gotta do is read
all
the
right, all right,
national
all right, you dirty
constitution, bro, and
Moor.
you'll
You
clearly
take
see
it
that
easy,
everybody's
brother.
fucking
You
goddamn Muslim. Don't
misunderstand.
try to make people Muslim. We're
Yeah,
not
whatever,
religious
man.
people, bro. You
Beat
are
it,
religious.
nigga.
We don't
Beat
invoke
it,
on
nigga.
other things.
Beat
You are
it,
invoking on
nigga.
other things.
Beat
What are you
it.
upset for?
Shut up.
You asked me to talk to you, and you started
Shut
interrupting
up.
me when I was talking.
Shut up. Pardon. Before it was Islam, it was okay. You know what? Let me come. You know what? No, we're gonna keep rolling. We're not gonna let that deter. But let me show you how the ignorant. Let me show you the ignorance of the brother. Right? We're gonna use. Oh, it's in the box. Is there anyone in this room that speaks Arabic other than myself? If you speak Arabic, please put a 1 in the chat so that I could bring you up. All right. But in the meantime, I'm going to prove to you that that brother who was speaking he's just ignorant. He's most likely he deals with that. He wants to be an American Indian or other than, again, he doesn't follow Drew Ali. All right. Y'all are just throwing anything in there. All right. So anyway, this name is Mosley, right? If this sounds like Mosley, put a 1 in the chat. If this sounds like Mosley, put a 2 in the chat. Let's do this real quick exercise so that we can get back to the point at hand. If it is Mosley, put a 1 in the chat. If it is Mosley, put a number 2 in the chat. We got 29 people in the room and nobody's being active. Y'all must not want this information. Y'all must have just came to see a show or something. I'm not 100% correct. Okay, so Don Angelo says that this is pronounced Mosley and not Mosley. And I'm pretty sure that they're being funny. Anywho, so I get this name from Charles Mosley Bay, right? Affectionately known by his Native American Moors as CM Bay. Okay? So this is not Mosley. So then this is not Muslim. This is Muslim. Just like it was just Mosley, it is now Muslim. It does not become Mos. And mind you, Muslim is spelled like this with a Z. And for the Arabic speaking people like myself, the word Muslim means one who is detested, detestable, rejected, unclean. This is what they're running around here calling themselves. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. It's not Muslim, it is Muslim. All right. For all of these people who want to, if y'all want to teach Islam, that was another thing old boy said. You know, he said the Muslims say Assalamu alaikum. We say Islam. The niggas, he's a nigga. Part. Let me show you. This is Assalamu alaikum, right? This is SLM. SLM. Okay? Does everybody want? That's one of the things I can't stand about a lot of these brothers and sisters who claim to be Moors, because they swear they know and they don't know jack shit. 100. So we have SLM. Words can't prove. Words can't prove, none show facts. Okay, Tuki. There, I proved it. All right, pardon me. Back to it. So, Assalamu alaikum, right? Now, Islam. All right, the S, the L, the M. Islam is the root of Assalamu alaikum. Fuck did he mean by saying we don't say Assalamu alaikum, we say Islam? Like they're two different things. They are the same thing. Just like the word Muslim is the word Muslim in Arabic, which M-S-L-M. SLM. You see it again. SLM. It's the same thing. The same thing. All right. Are you teaching or reading comments? Well, Miss Jones, I appreciate that, baby girl. I'm going to get back to teaching. Oh, what the hell just happened? Swipe left to close. Oh, look at that. You learn something new every day. All right. So, back to what I'm saying. Drew Ali is a Muslim American of North African heritage and born in America. Let me see. Yeah. Well, no, let's so that we can understand. Drew Ali is a Muslim of North African heritage and born in America. His national identification card said that everyone who had the card back in those days, it declared that they were Muslims. And Muslim is no different than this. It's the same. You also have Moors out there trying to tell you, like the numbskull who was just on here, that this is different. They're trying to tell you that this is different from that. How? And again, these are coming from people who have no Arabic background. I'm not saying to be an Arab. I'm saying they have no Arabic background in language. And they're out here telling you that these words don't mean the same thing. They're idiots. They are idiots. Anyway, this is exactly why I came on too. So I'm feeding the energy, right? You have Moors out here who try to tell you or try to express to you that they have some type of special identity in relation to the whole world. But here, Drew Ali says, we are friends and servants of humanity. And he says, we are dedicated to the purpose of elevating the social, moral, and economic status of our people. So Moorish Americans are just supposed to be up. We're supposed to be getting ourselves level socially, morally, and economically with every other citizen, with every other nation of citizens here in America. But again, you got people out there like the dude who came on trying to explain to you something other than what Noble Drew Ali. Let me give you some more of my big brother, man. Listen. It says, when the forefathers of the Moorish Americans were first brought to this nation, they had a nationality and a name. But in order to separate them from the achievements of their fathers, a name was given to them which had no connection whatever with the founders of civilization. They were nicknamed Negroes. Today in this nation, there are no such things as Negroes in the sense that they are called. Just why so many of the intelligent Americans will continue to cling to this nickname is hard to understand. In that first paragraph, we find out that the Moorish Americans are Americans. Listen, he said, just why so many of the intelligent Americans will continue to cling to this nickname, Negro, is hard to understand. So we just found out that the Moorish Americans are Americans, all right? It says if you look in some dictionaries, you will see that the word Negro means a sly person or a coon. If this is not an insult to the illustrious history of a nation, there can never be one given. Just as they have saddled on the Moorish Americans the name Negro, they have also given him a religion that was made to enslave him and stop his progress. It is the duty of every man who lives to redeem the name of his forefathers and not be herded into a mass of weaklings. Remember, the 14th Amendment has no power. This is Christian rule that he's speaking about when we're talking about the religion that enslaved. Now, you can be whatever you wish to be. Moorish Americans are not Christians. There are some Moors who are Christians, and that's fine. But the Moorish American, the citizens who are being themselves, they are not Christians. All right? It says, so stop referring to yourself as Negro, colored, and black, for you are neither. If you are men, American citizens, speak up for yourselves, or it will never be done. So now we find out that the Moorish Americans are men and that they have the power to speak as long as they act in the proper capacity. It says, as long as you wear the clothes of another, or live in the house of another, or depend on another in any manner, you are truly a slave to them, or a debtor to them. If you would be free indeed, you must seek the truth. You must know the truth of your nationality and the name of your people. You must not be a coward and deny yourself the personal rights that belong to every man. Just reading. Now, mind you, I ain't got nothing against the Christians. These are my fellow brothers and sisters, whatever your religious trust in the state administrative policies are. But I have my own that were given to me by my ancestors, and they're benefiting me. And as long as I'm going around here trying to operate under the trust and administrative law, trust in the state administrative policies of another nation, I will never truly be myself. Let me give y'all this work. Here we go. Because again, you've got a lot of Moors out here. They get a taste of Drew Ali. I am reading from Peaceful Greetings. I'll show you.
Hey, peace. Hey, it's crazy. First, Islam. My name is Kenan Bay. I want to ask you, what territory are you in?
I'm in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay, look, check this out. Man, you the first Moor outside of us who I ever heard understand the concept that Moorish Americans are still Americans.
Period.
But listen, what I'm finna explain to you. Have you ever seen Impact Study Sessions?
Who?
Impact Study Sessions.
I've kind of saw something with impacts with y'all brothers and sisters up there being recognized as Moors and whatnot.
All right, look. Like, I know you teaching. I just want to put this in your ear. You really need to key in. You on the right track. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to figure that out. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship is between two parties. It's between Americans. It's between Moroccans. You can't be both. So that's one way that we understood that a Moorish American is an oxymoron. Then the next thing, are you familiar with the Act of Algiers, the Treaty of Madrid, 1880?
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, see, hey, you on the right track, but look, this what Moors
So
don't
you're
understand.
telling me I'm not Moorish American?
Correct. You 100%. None of us are Moorish Americans. You can't be both. Look, you got the four
So
elements.
so explain that to me, because
Okay,
Drew Ali said otherwise. So if you
okay,
could
listen.
just give me an understanding as to how
Okay,
that him calling us Moorish Americans then is not who we are today.
okay. I'm finna give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, as you all know, the temple they the one killed Noble Drew Ali, and Noble Drew Ali
Drew
was
Ali didn't die.
Noble Drew Ali. He was
Drew Ali
stabbed.
went back to India. He tells you that. If I
Nah,
gotta read it to you, I'll read it to you.
yeah. I mean, just hear
They
me out.
killed they killed they killed the idea of Timothy Drew from North Carolina.
Hear me
That
out.
was never really him.
Hear me out, good brother. If you look, when you read the treaties, right? You got the four elements of a contract, right? The first box of four elements of a contract is the parties must be known. Number two is who's superior and who's inferior. Number three, what are the terms and conditions? And number four, how do you enforce the contract? So if you start at box one, most Moors don't get past box one. What are the parties? Who are the parties in the contract? So if the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1836, is between,
Are you Moorish American, brother?
no, I'm Moroccan.
All right, well, I'm Moorish American, brother.
Okay, so let me ask
All
you.
right, so I'm Moorish American, brother.
Okay, so look, I
All
want to
right,
ask.
so I'm Moorish American, brother.
That's
I don't want to
fine.
hear
Look,
nothing
that's
about
fine.
respect,
That's
but I'm
fine.
gonna let
But
you down
I really
respectfully.
asked you. I want to ask you,
Respectfully,
what
I'm
were
gonna
you
let you
reading
down.
from? What were you
Nah,
reading from? That's what.
man. Chill out, man. Something the sister said. I wanna bring this to your attention. Let me see. What did she say? We Moorish also, bro. I don't know what you mean. Okay, yeah. Let me see. What did you say? Mm-mm-mm. What's the word on top and the word on the bottom, and what's the meaning? I don't know what that's even talking about. Are you teaching? Anywho. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to speak to that, all right? I'm going to show you that Drew Ali tells you, Islam, brother Hassan, he tells you that he went back to India. Nah, I already blocked him, so he ain't. No, I didn't block the brother. He's here. Prove to me Noble Drew Ali isn't. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to do just that, and then I'm going to take you all, and you can go be Moroccan somewhere else. But I'm going to do that for you. All right. And I'm going to tell you where to look so that you know where I'm at, right? I need you to go to the Moorish literature, right? Which is the Moorish American newspaper, right? It's the voice of the Moorish Americans, right? The descendants of Moroccans born in America, right? And I'm going to need you to go to number 47, The Great Moorish Drama. I'm going to read it to you, Moroccan. My Moroccan brother. Let me read it to you so you can fucking hear it. Look, come ye, everyone, and see the seventh wonder of the world, the great Moorish drama, which constitutes events in the last days among the inhabitants of North America. In this Moorish drama, the need of a nationality, mind you, he said Moorish, not Moroccan. In this Moorish drama, the need of a nationality will be made known to you through the acts of men, women, and children. There will be great lectures and this nationalistic topic by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and many of the sheikhs of the Grand Body and of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. So this is before 1928. You will also hear one of the greatest Moorish female songstresses of the day, Madam Lomax Bey. Here we go. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali will be bound with several yards of rope as Jesus was bound in the temple at Jerusalem and escaped before the authorities could take charge of him. So will Prophet Drew Ali perform the same act after being bound by anyone in the audience and will escape in a few seconds. Fuck more you want, bro. He told you that. What happened to Jesus, bro? Jesus went back to India, my nigga. He escaped persecution, didn't he? What did Drew Ali just tell you he did? Ta-da! Niggas is bugging, man. Niggas is bugging, man. All right, man. Now he's gone. Back to work. Just for y'all to know, right? Drew Ali was not Timothy Drew. Here we go. Let's talk about this here. Even though in some writings it says he never returned, but in spirit he did. Yeah, India was called Hindustan, absolutely. And for those of you who have actually studied the Circle 7 information and not just read through it, but have studied it, we're following Jesus. Jesus goes back to India. Okay? He goes back to India after his persecution. Now, Drew Ali is telling you that he's doing the same thing that he avoided persecution and left. All right? So, Timothy Drew from North Carolina was identified as this guy here is identified as, all right? So I get brothers and sisters who say things like, oh, you're lying. You're lying. You know, Drew Ali is from North Carolina because he tells us so, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all where he tells us that, right? No big deal. Okay. So we have the 101 Quran questions for Moorish Americans, right? And I believe it's numbers. No. Where is it at? Okay. Number 11, right? Number 11, it states, where was Noble Drew Ali born? It says, in the state of North Carolina, 1886, right? Right. So then what are you talking about, bro? Because this is what I be hearing. Because he said that, man. That's what he said. That's in the lessons. Word. Let me show you what else he said then. I'm going to find it, but I'm going to read it to you because I already know it by heart. It says, I did not tell you, Moors, where I was born or who my parents were because I did not wish for you to make over my parents' business home like as a shrine or to make over my parents like they did Joseph and Mary. This is one of his statements, okay? Where Drew Ali told you specifically, basically, I had to get y'all off my scent because if I told y'all where I really was born at, y'all would have went over there and did all of this hocus pocus shit, and he didn't wish for that to be, all right? Let me see. Remember, Drew Ali did a lot. He did a lot for reasons, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't really study his works, you gonna get caught up in like what that other brother was getting caught up in, talking about when that Moorish Americans were Moroccans and all of that. Drew Ali said that he did everything that needed to be done in this group in this government, and we was running around here as Moorish Americans. We had Moroccans with us, we had Libyans with us, right? We are Moroccans in America. We're Moorish American, man. Let me see. You know, the Moorish American, the Moors were living up and down the Mississippi before the Europeans. Anywho, let me see. Ah, man, where is it at? So y'all can see it. I need y'all to see it, you know, so that y'all know that I'm not just, you know, stating some stuff that you can't go and see. And again, this is what I mean by those. Morocco is an insignificant country, and you must not have wanted to be on here. You wanted some attention. Well, you got your attention. Hambone Mike, beat it. People are ignorant, man. For what? Let's see here. I'm sweating. Where is it at? One day. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. I found it. So, first let me show you. Oral statements and prophecies of Noble Drew Ali. There's like 256 of them, right? And number 28. Number 28 says, Brother A. Wise Bey, past Grand National Secretary, said that the Holy Prophet said, I didn't tell anyone where I was born at or who my parents were because I didn't want people to make a shrine out of the place or make over my parents like was done with Joseph and Mary. So he told everybody that he was from North Carolina and gave no specifics. But if you see the ship manifest of him and C. Kirkman Babe returning back from the Pan American Conference, you will see on the second line, it says, forget whose name was on the top, but it says Ali, last name, Drew. Right? Was that right? No, part. Is it? Yeah, I was right, pardon. Last name was Ali. First name, it said Drew. And then it said January 8th, 1886, Norfolk, Virginia. And then it said, where was he coming from? Chicago. This is what's on the ship manifest when Drew Ali comes back from the Pan American Conference. He said he's from Norfolk, Virginia. And Norfolk, Virginia Drew, his name is Thomas Drew. And he was not a part of John Washington Drew and Eliza Turner. He was with James Drew and Lucy Drew. And I already gave you the address. So again, you've got these people out here, you've got these Moors out here who will say anything to you, right? And when you provide evidence, they don't like it because it just shows that they didn't study. You heard the brother say that he's not Moorish American. Well, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. If you're not Moorish American, whatever. Let's just say creator. Oh, word. All right. Let me give y'all some more heat. Yeah, y'all need to hear this one. Caveat emptor. Moors are men, upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. They are fortified by the impregnable doctrine built upon love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This doctrine is called principal equity. Okay? All right. It is therefore folly at its greatest height for smelly culprits like the Texan brother with their insidious plans to invade such realm, or like the CMB Moors, or like the Moors in the temple who aren't really teaching or learning what's necessary. Anyway, they try and try, but their own bad planning brings down wrath upon their heads like the sword of old Damocles. The sword of old Damocles. Remember, your shrine is where the fez with the sword on it. we've taken that off. Right? Anywho, intrigue and scurrilous cunnings find a difficult path to travel within the ranks of the Moors. This is so because the Moorish movement has been well planned by Prophet Drew Ali, Noble Drew Ali, whose latent powers are abundant, unknown, and may be called into action as a matter of defense at any moment. Mind you, his brother was connected. Drew Ali was super connected. All right. And if you look in my as a matter of fact, after I get off of here, I'm going to pin it. If you look on my profile, you'll see that I'm showing that Drew Ali was connected with a prince, a Moroccan prince. He was linked up with the Moroccan leader of a revolutionary group movement in Morocco, right? Anywho, it says Prophet Noble Drew Ali knows the people within his ranks who are interested. They are the vanguard of the movement as the Moorish hordes increase here in America. All of the Moors are active, not passive. So you're supposed to be politically active, not just sitting in your temple acting silly, talking about we're saved and ain't did a damn thing. And you're definitely not supposed to be agitating or radical like the CMB Moors and others who like to just go all out for no reason and talk bad about everyone's religion and talk bad about everyone's citizenship status. That's not what Drew Ali brought. Anywho, he says a member's interest can only be in one direction. And having traveled over the road years before, the prophet knows where every member is along the road. A few feet below is another road where schemers work, where traitors grin, and culprits bask in the sun. Who are these people? They think they are on the same road with true Moors. But the Moors are high above on the pinnacle where they might view the destruction as they fall for the last time, and their bones bleach in the sultry midday sun. Who are these people? These are your CMB Moors. These are your Moorish American Consulate Moors. These are your American Indian Moors. These are your inside the temple but very passive Moors. Right? The Moors out there talk about appellation. This is my appellation. Word. Moors don't have names. We have titles. Word. Where did you get that from? Drew Ali didn't bring that. Promise you he didn't bring that. Drew Ali didn't tell you anything about an appellation. He told you to annex your title to your what? To your name. He said don't get rid of your what? Your slave names. He ain't say appellation. Anywho, a few feet below is another road. We read that part. Hungry scavengers flying high, catch scent, devour, and leave crying out, caveat emptor. Y'all see my vulture? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? We out here. Run that shit. The Moors high above see these plotters. Hungry scavengers flying high, catch scent, devour, and leave crying out, caveat emptor. Cast out the dead carcass. Show me what you got. Buyer beware, show me what you got. The Moors high above see these plotters, purveyors, the worst that exists, hurl themselves downward by their own works as the hawks wait. What else we got here? Prophet announces his authority and power. forced to make changes. He's forced to make changes. Because people are out here doing whatever they want to do, which is making Islam, which is making his movement look like a cult. All governors. Remind you, I've got a governor here in Pennsylvania, so I don't know about you, but it kind of seems to me like he was trying to teach us in his organization how the states work. Just a thought, right? All governors and other officials of the Moor Science Temple are hereby congratulated for their past loyalty and fidelity, for I know it will be the same in the future. Because of certain incidents that have arisen in some of the temples, which seem to come from the fact that there are those who do not know where the seat of power is vested, the Prophet has ordered the following to be published before I go on. What he's talking about are people like the CM Bay Moors who like to call themselves Masons. Now, I don't knock Masonry, right? Freemasonry, the principles of Freemasonry, I ain't got no problem. The principles, right? But we're called Moor scientists. This is what we are. We're Muslims. We're Muslims and we're scientists. And so I follow that government structure because Freemasonry is trusting the state administration. That's all it really is, right? It's national order, right? We got all of these Mason Moors. These are the ones who came in and fucked everything up. This is why anyone who said that, when I hear the brothers who say they're Masons and Moors, I hear you, but I'm not listening. Because we have our own brand. We're not, hold on. Masons say they're Ma and Son, and that they are they're sons of the widow. What does a widow mean? That the husband has passed on, is no longer there. Who is it that we're supposed to Allah? It says that Allah, the Father, right? Jurali teaches us that the Father and man are one. These are fatherless people. When they say they're Masons, they're saying they're fatherless. The Father means the light, mind you. The gnosis, the knowledge. And it's not hidden. It's inside. It's inside. Let me show you. Now, if the child is like the mother, damn. So we're going to say that all of this, we'll just do it this way. Right? If the moon is black and the star is black, and these are just colors to show. If the moon is black and the star is black, and the star sits over the moon, you will not be able to see the star. Okay? Which means that this portion that's in the background, all that white, that is the sun. S-U-N. This is the Trinity. This is a duality. This is not the Trinity. This is not a triune. This is fatherless. The Father gives the estate. The Father gives the estate. So all my Freemason brothers out there talking about they my son, You forget the Father. You try to tell me that the Son is the Father. No. The child is what is physically whatever the mother is. But inside, the knowledge, the light, that's whatever the Father is. So, just want to let y'all know that true Moorish Americans are not Masons. This is not us. This is someone else's trust in estate administration. We have our own, and we are thrice blessed. Thrice, not dual, thrice in union. In union, three is one. The sun, the moon, the star. All right, back to work. All authority and power of the Moor Science Temple of America is vested in the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and those whom he appoints to act as in the supreme body. So you would understand that in your state, all power is vested in your governor and his cabinet. Nobody else. The Prophet has the authority and power to expel any officer or member of the MSTA who willfully violates or refuses to comply with the rules in regard to Branch Moor Science Temple, and such suspensions and expulsions shall stand until in the judgment of the Prophet, the members and officials shall have made satisfactory atonement. All officers and members of the Moor Science Temple of America and such rules and regulations of the Constitution shall be in writing and not at variance with any law of the city, town, or nation which the Prophet shall declare a law. So all of the laws that the Moorish Americans are supposed to follow are not supposed to be at variance with anything already a part of the city, the town, or the state nation as a whole. During this session of the convention, it's a convention. All rules, regulations, and laws of the Constitution, such as might be enacted and ordered by the Prophet, shall express and explain in detail, so there can be no doubt as to what is required of each and every officer or member of the organization. The Prophet will positively not tolerate any interference with the operation of this national divine movement from anyone. From anyone. I'm going to read this last one. I don't understand. Come up. You asked about the governor. You're not able to come up? Yeah, Jesus loves you too. Jesus loves you too. You must think that I don't expect it. Jesus loves you too. Jesus loves all of us. Absolutely. King's Corner. Need you to come up real quick. I'm not quite sure what you're referencing when you ask the governor. What is it that you're looking for me to speak on, beloved? But anywho, all right. To be proclaimed at every meeting. Now, Drew Ali leads with the statement, Islam. Okay? So this is the practice of the organization to say Islam, as opposed to saying Assalamu alaikum. We don't say Assalamu alaikum because that is for the brothers and sisters who deal with Islam their way. We are Sufi Shia Muslim. We are mystic Muslim. All we say is peace. It is the equivalent of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It is the equivalent. But we just say Islam. Okay? And if you get down with a Shriner, which I am not, but if you get down with a Shriner, they'll tell you, well, they won't tell you, but I'm telling you because I'm not a Shriner. When you place your right hand on your chest like this and you say Islam, you are granted access to the oasis. Tie your camel up. Tie your camel up on a palm tree and enter the oasis. Mind you, I study. This is how I know. I study. Anywho, listen. I am glad to know that I have a few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy about me and the movement now by the same people of our side of the nation who are this, that claim I was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so that they may take charge of the situation. I have notified all of these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that attribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I am calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it badly. Never before have I needed finance so badly as I do at present, so that I can shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my fame and nobility. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without I, the prophet, being head. It has been proven by my works which I have performed in the past few years, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let me show you something. What did he say? What did he just say? All right, so the underlying words are my additions. But Drew Ali tells you, I don't even understand. Y'all in there. Be what? Thank you, Tyrone. Okay. Albert, ¿quién es un mexicano? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién? ¿Quién? Who are you talking to? ¿Quién es un mexicano? Dígame. ¿Ah? No soy mexicano. Soy morro de americano. Pero no soy un mexicano. ¿Quién es un mexicano? Who are you talking to? Anywho, It says the nations of the world will not recognize the movement without I, the prophet, being head. This is why you have all of these Moors out here who keep saying Drew Ali, Drew Ali, Drew Ali, but then they go move their own way. And so we seen the movement. He's telling you that they pulled the movement apart, yo. And then you got people from Texas talking about we're not Moorish Americans, we're Moroccans. You got so-called Moorish Indians. Like, again, you could be all of these things. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But Drew Ali brought you a specific pattern, right? Drew Ali didn't bring you L Bays and Al Days. He didn't bring you double titles, right? He didn't bring you we're in Morocco. He didn't tell you we were in Morocco. He didn't tell you that we are the mothers and fathers of all humanity. He didn't say that. He said we're the mothers and fathers of all civilization. Big difference. You got all of these knuckleheads out here trying to teach you what it means to be Moorish American, and they themselves are not in alignment whatsoever. Shit look crazy. They're not in alignment. Okay? Drew Ali the Muslim went back to India. Okay? The Muslim went back to be Sanata Dharma. Islamism, Sanata Dharma. Islamiyya, Sanata Dharma. Hopefully someone understands what I'm saying right here. Okay? This is the sun, the moon, and the star. This is the father, the mother, and the child. Thrice blessed. This is the divine trust and estate seal. Not mother, father, son, father, mother, son. Father pours into mother. Mother helps and cultivates and nourishes what father gave. And then they produce. They produce. The father, see? Let me pull it back. Pardon me. There we go. All right. The father plays the role of grantor or settler. The mother does not play the role of grantor. The father is the umbrella that everyone else is underneath. Mother plays the role of trustee, executive, ruler. And the child is the beneficiary, or we'll say benefactor, because the beneficiary is the actual estate. Okay? So again, for all of the Moors out there talking about they mothers and sons and shit, right? You're saying that your trustees and executive rulers are benefactors, but you have no grantor. Big stupid. I'm a Mason. Word. Where's the father? The father is the state. Is father the state? Mother the state rep? And child the estate. And all of these are one. All of these are one. My father, God Allah, is Pennsylvania. And I come in my father's name as a Pennsylvanian. And I have my estate. My estate is administrated in Pennsylvania. It's no longer administrated through, the federal government. Why? Because I got my family ID, right? Because now I'm known as a Pennsylvanian, and it says so. So my trust in the state, or my estate, is administered under the private trust with my state, my God. And since the state and the man are one, I play the role of the grantor, I play the role of the executive officer, and I play the role of the benefactor. So I've got a few different hats to wear, and I can't wear them all at the same time. So again, I don't know what these other Moors are talking about, but they're not talking about what Noble Drew Ali was talking about. I hope this has been helpful for y'all, right? Moorish Americans, if you have any Moorish American out here who's trying to tell you that you're lesser than they are, or that they're higher than yourself, they're not. They are. What did Drew Ali call them? He called them schemers, traitors, and culprits. So if you're a Moorish American affiliate, it's telling you that you're not Moorish American, because Drew Ali told us we're Moorish Americans. That's what he told us. That's what he Moors, the American Moors that he's speaking about are Moorish Americans, right? If they tell you that you're not Moorish American, they're not telling you what Drew Ali brought. And again, they're trying to take charge of the situation, right? So that they can impose upon you whatever they want you to hear, as opposed to everything that you're supposed to hear. All right, we still got enough. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all. So anyone who is not Moorish American should be able to come up to a Moorish American and speak to that brother like he's your brother. I should be able to walk up to an Italian or an Arab or a Chinese person, and we should be able to talk and there not be this issue, this barrier between us, because I'm out here talking about I'm a Moor. I'm an American of Moroccan descent. I'm an American of Moroccan descent, and I have Moorish estates in America. That's it. Just like the Middle Easterners. As a matter of fact, let me show you. Because this isn't just something that Noble Drew Ali pulled out of his brain. The brother studied. He studied. Anybody familiar with this? Ethnicity and race identification? Do you see that under white? It says persons having origin to any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, and where else? North Africa. All right. Where else do we see that? Act 6. We see it in Act 6, of the Divine Constitution and bylaws of the Moor Science Temple of America. Let me read this with you. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality. That's what we've been talking about, right? And we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all members must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the governments in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Drew Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans, it says the Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. North Africa. You see it? I would hope you see it. Oh yeah. Let me show you something. So you have Moors out here who are telling you that the federal government is a thief, right? I've been in some halls of learning where they tell you that whenever the 1933 New Deal came out, that, you know, they were stealing from the people, right? Taking their silver and their gold. Some people will tell you that this was a theft, an act of theft. Noble Drew Ali didn't think that. And mind you, Noble Drew Ali left us before 1933. But he gave us instruction. Oh, that's why I'm in the wrong book. Like, why can't I find it? What does Noble Drew Ali say? Here's a few things that he says, right? First thing I want you to see is number 160 here. Right? And it reads, your nationality card is going to change in your pocket. This does not look like the nationality cards that he was issuing prior to the New Deal. He says the Moor's watchdog is not a dog, but an elephant. That's the Republic. That's not even what I'm coming for. Whenever you're looking for something, it never likes to show up. Let me show you all something else, just so that we're not confused, right? You see that highlighted? It says, we have the blood of every nation flowing through our veins, thereby bringing about the cross spirit. He also says the Italians have our blood mixed in their veins. That is why they are so mean. So again, any Moorish American telling you that we're not one of the family, or that someone else is not part of the family, they're not following Drew Ali. Also, you see it? Because this is a new era in time now. The times that were, the times that have been won't be anymore. That's what he said. But that's not even. Here you go. So mind you, this is prior to 1933. He's telling you that the money is going back to the government. And then because he's a prophet, he knows what's coming. And so then he's also going to tell you what to do when the government takes the money. Yes. Okay. I am reading from this here. So just to tell you what this is something I've prepared. I got tired of everybody telling me what Drew Ali said and not showing it to me. And so I went and I grabbed all of the information that I could possibly find that is credited to Drew Ali. And so I've compiled it in this book. You can find it on the website, right? As well, you can find everything that's in this book as a download on the website, link in bio, right? But it's a set. This you won't find. These are constitutions, treaties, and government forms that are applicable. All right. So right now, what I'm reading out of, technically, we would call this, which are the newspaper articles of the Moorish Divine the National Movement. So this is how I was able to meet Noble Drew Ali and bypass what everybody was telling me about him. I bypassed what people told me, and I just went to his literature. And so I met him here. And so this is what I'm reading from. All right. So I'm going to show you what I'm about to read. All right. I'm going to read this to you because I just showed you that Drew Ali already told us that the money is going back to the government. He's making this claim that the money, all the finances, are going to return to the government. This is before 1933, which means he already knows, and he's preparing us. He says, all sheiks, grand sheiks, must prepare for the prophet before he comes to visit them. Must see to it that all is clean and in perfection as far as comfort as possible, or otherwise don't arrange to have his presence. All members should pay from 25 cents to 50 cents weekly towards the emergency fund. This fund will increase so that it will soon amount to the grand sum of $1,000. That is, if you are loyal Moors. The emergency fund goes into the bank. So all the money that's collected goes into the bank because they're going to make it a security. That's how you securitize it, right? He says the treasurer, today that's the U.S. Treasury. The treasurer will tend to the responsibility of seeing that the money is in the bank, yes, and under the name of the Moor Science Temple of America Finance. So your state government has a financial institution within the U.S. Treasury. He says, listen, when needed, when needed. So he's telling you when the time comes, act according to the law pertaining to the procedure of performing an emergency act. So he's telling you when the time comes, act according to the procedures, right? Now we understand that this was done. What happened? This is the New Deal. This New Deal is supposed to bring the trust of the citizens back to the government because the people didn't trust the government. Drew Ali told you when it was necessary, when all your money's in the bank and it's financed and it's secure with the treasurer or the treasury, right, to act according to the Emergency Banking Acts. That's 1933. What is that? House. Was it House Joint Resolution? Or it might just be House Resolution 192, which is now public law. I think it's 73-10. Drew Ali was already telling you to get ready for this. He was telling you that the government. Damn, did I put it away? He was telling you that all that money that has been drawn up for the people that's supposed to be put in the banks, he's telling you that is going to go to the bank. And what did the New Deal do? It converted our gold and silver into debits and credits. That's what it did. So Drew Ali was already telling you, he was telling the Moors, that the time was going to come when this was going to act as the financial instrument, right? This is the backing now. Your money, your gold. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna leave. Yeah. Right, I hear you, Drew. I'm gonna show you what Drew Ali tells us, right? This is called a divine warning by the prophet for the nations. Now, mind you, everything I just talked about, right? He says the citizens. So any more telling you we're not citizens, they're not following Drew Ali. It just is what it is. It don't matter how non-citizen nationals and all, with none of those things. Drew Ali did not bring any of that here. We are not none of that. Right? But anywho, he calls us citizens. The citizens of all free national governments. Free means sovereign, and nation means state. So he's telling you about the state governments. The citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family bearing one free national name. Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. So the citizens have more power. Citizens seem to have power, right? It says, and it is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government and cling to the names and the principles that allude to slavery. Now, remember earlier in this broadcast when Drew Ali said I don't know why these intelligent Americans are still clinging to these names and principles that delude to slavery. Okay. Anyway, I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to that state of mind up to their forefathers' divine and national principles, that they will be law abiders and receive their divine rights as citizens according to the free national constitution that was prepared for all free national beings. You see that? United States of America, right? That's the free national constitution for all free national beings, right? And then if you look at my information here, you'll see that it says Pennsylvania, because I'm also under that free national constitution. All right. They are to claim their own free national name and religion. There is but one issue. There's only one thing that we need to do. There is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the earth, and it comes only through the connection of the Moorish divine national movement. The movement, not the temple itself. The movement, the information, which is incorporated in this government and recognized by all other nations of the world. And through it, they and their children can receive their children can receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens, that they can cast a free national ballot at the polls. Where we at? Under the free national constitution of the state's government, and not under a granted privilege, as has been the existing condition for many generations. That granted privilege is federal voting. Okay? You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption, you redeem debits to credits, right? You redeem credits, right? So he's talking about redemption here. This is the redemption manual. All right. Where are we at? He says, you who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in the city hall and among the officials in your government, and ask them under an intelligent tone, and they will be glad to render you a favorable reply, for they are glad to see me bring you out of darkness into light. The darkness is economic slavery. All right. Money doesn't make the man. Listen, because now this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the finances, right? We're talking about the Emergency Banking Act, right? What he told us, when the time comes, they're cutting my feet crazy. He's telling us when the time comes to act according to this, right? So listen, he says money doesn't make the man. It is free national standards and power that makes the man and the nation. The wealth of all national governments, gold and silver and commerce belong to the citizens alone. And without your national citizenship by name and principle, you have no true wealth. So I'm just going to stop right there. This is what he's talking about. He's telling you that the gold, the silver, and the commerce is with the national government. It belongs to the citizens alone. And if the citizens are not recognized, if they do not get themselves recognized as a national citizenship within the national government, then they have no true wealth. This is the wealth. This is the fucking gift. This is the gift of unlimited debit. You charge this account. This is the redemption of the gift, because now you can, when you charge credits, you can when you charge the debit, you can now discharge it as credit. These two go together. This is what Drew Ali's been teaching. So, in conclusion, Moorish Americans are supposed to be in their minds no different than any other American citizen, other than the fact that they practice Islam, and that in Islam there is a specific trust and estate administrative governance that is similar but not the same as that which comes out of the Bible. We're supposed to know our faith. Our Creator is the credit. We're supposed to have full faith and credit. You're supposed to have full trust in your Creator. Full faith is trust. Creator is credit. So again, if they're out here talking about anything other than being an American citizen, right, a state citizen, right, then they're not. They're a splinter. They're foreign. They're foreign. This fez on my head does not mean that I'm better than anybody. It does not mean that I'm better than anybody. It just means that I know something. And those that know what I know, when they see my fez on my head, they know that I know. And those that don't know what the fez is, or those who like to make fun of it, they just don't know what it does. They don't know. Forgive them, Father. Forgive them, the state, for they know not what they do. Not worried about. This is no different than the Amish when they wear their caps, the Jewish when they wear their caps, the Christians when they wear their caps, the Hindus when they wear their caps, the Native Americans when they wear their caps. They all mean the same thing. This just so happens to be that of the Moors, or the Olmeshi, or the Olmec, the Olmecan, the Almecan, the Meccans. All right? As always, I'm just your brother, man, come to show you a way to your own salvation. Islam. I hope this has been helpful, y'all. Oh, yeah. Before I go, link in bio. We have a website and we have a YouTube channel. You'll catch this in about an hour on the YouTube channel. Take care.